my scrappy friends, I have a layout for you that is going to be a really fun one. This is for the SpiegelMom Scrap Design Team blog hop that we do once a month using SpiegelMom Scrap stuff, and I really like it. I love hops. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this video edited before the hop is done, so you can't go through and win the prize that is going on, but you can still stop over to my blog and see the other blog hop that we're doing this weekend. We're doing a triple weekend, a Labor Day triple blog hop. So for 3 days this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there are going to be layouts and projects done using all of the new stuff that SpiegelMom Scraps has in her store. So Jody has a whole bunch of cool stuff. So let's get going. Let's talking about what I'm doing. So my thought was, first I was like, well, maybe I'll do a 12 by 12. And I really wanted to use that pink paisley memorandum paper. Those files, just really fun. Kind of makes me think of the card files, when the card catalog files when you go to the bookstore, or like the library rather. And this is gonna be about books. I took a few Instagram photos this summer of books that I was reading, so I thought, hey, this would be fun to do a layout about reading. Yeah, so, and the cut file is perfect because Khristina Sorge, she made that, and you can get that at the SpiegelMom Scraps blog. So that was made available for you guys. She designed that, and it's just really fun. So it says book lover, there's a stack of books, there's some other like swirly designs and some numbers, just really nice and fun. I did everything on that Maggie Holmes Shine music note paper. I thought that would be really fun. It really has nothing to do with reading, but I just thought just a print like that sometimes just reads really well anyway, for books. So I'm going to cut it because it's not going to fit on this 12 or 6 by 12. So I decided that I was going to do a 12 or a 6 by 12. I really feel like this need to change things up, and I think some of it is me getting used to my scrap space, me getting used to how I'm going to design in the time. I like to scrap during the day now because the light is so much better than if I scrap at night. But I feel like it's a lot harder to get going because I'm not used to doing it during the day, and it's just been really crazy because with having a puppy and all these excuses really of why it's so easy to get into this like blah, like mojo slot. I don't know. It's that getting started freeze, right, of scrapping. But I really wanted to, like I said, do this layout about the books that I read, and I was hoping at first to get all the 3 photos. As you can see, I'm still like, maybe I can get these photos on these tags because I really wanted to use the tags from the store. They're really, really fun. They're nice and big tags. And I'm realizing, yeah, I'm not going to get the 3 photos that I want. And I was like, well, maybe I could just use the 2. But I really wanted to have 3 photos, right? Because those were the books that I read. So, not all that, well, the one book, the 2 books in the 1 photo were not all that exciting, but it was definitely something I read. So, so I worked on that other page. I layered some tags. It's just nice and fun. The papers are kind of funky and wonky. So now I'm thinking, well, let's try this craft cardstock. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll stick half of this paper on. It won't be the same as the other side, but it'll have some of the same elements. So I'm going to go with this. I'm going with it. I'm still at this point, I'm like, I'm not sure how I feel about the craft. It's not the same color as white. This is going through my head as I'm making this, going, am I going to like it? I have this wood grain. I think it's a die cuts with a view. Oh, sorry for that noise. My cat is going crazy. I don't know if maybe a spider, maybe my album is jumping out at her. But anyway, sorry for the distraction on my side. You guys didn't get to see it. So I wanted to cut this off at a diagonal because the other side has that orange paper from Gossamer Blue. That's an old paper. It's from a couple of years ago. And so I'm going to use that. I really like it. The other side I really like too. It has hearts on it. It's from On My Desk. Like I said, it's old. It's from a couple of years ago in the fall time. I thought about maybe using that ampersand, but I think I tried to do it one more time. So I'm going to layer these photos just kind of like on top of each other. I really like that staggered look. I'm thinking I'm going to add this tag over here because I have tags on the other side. So I'm trying to mirror, but I didn't want to use the same big tags. So I'm just kind of playing around with it. I'm gonna decide to put it up at the top. I think, did I cut it down a little bit more? I don't know. I know I cut that down a little bit and I used the other side for that other part for the other side, just to have something that matches, just to make it seem like, oh yeah, these are supposed to go together. But my thought also was that, if for some reason in my album, because my albums are not as organized as I would like them to be, uh, in the end, it comes down to I just don't have the mental capability of taking all that time to organize them. Because I create so many layouts, they end up in piles. And by the time I get them, so they end up in piles and then they end up in protectors, right? And then by the time I get them in my albums, they don't always end up, I'm trying to use this again, but I really wanted the ampersand to stand out. So it wasn't going to work on there. Sometimes you just have to give up, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not the end of the world. And this actually ended up being a lot simpler. I did put foam on all of those, and that middle one you've seen, I added the foam adhesive, like the extra foam adhesive too, that big roll. I got just foam from the dollar store. But yeah, so by the time my protectors end up in the albums, unless they're double page, right, they don't always end up near each other in the order that I think they're going to be. So, and as of this point, I definitely have more layouts than I have even albums, because they're expensive, and who wants to spend all that money to get albums? But then I like them in albums because then my kids can go and look at them. But anyway, so I'm almost done with this, right? I'm going to glue this down. I really like the stack of books. It works really well down at the bottom. It's kind of fun. It would have been nice to have that kind of reach over, but I didn't know how that would look by putting it half on one and half on the other. And then they definitely would have to go together. But I do have the 6 by 12 protectors. I did buy them. So I took the extra time, and I usually don't do this, but I took the extra time to type out my journaling on my computer. I don't have a typewriter, so I just use my computer, and I picked out a really fun typewriter font, and I made sure my margins were really in because I knew it was going to have to fit in that tag, and I did it really small so it would all fit on the tags, and I still was a little too much space. So as you'll see that I kind of had to cut some of the paper a little bit and stuff, but you can pretty much read it. So it's not perfect. It doesn't bug me. But I really like how it looks, the journaling on the tags. Now, if I had really, really wanted to make it look cool, but this would have taken a lot of work, so I decided against it, is I would have took the tags and I would have printed on the tags. But like I said, that meant I would have had to take it all up, and because I did think about that. So I'm adding some of these Cork hearts. It's probably kind of hard to see because my head's kind of in the way because I'm standing up putting them on. But I want to put them in between where the layers are, where that Studio Calico Plus paper is. I love that branding strip. It's like my favorite. It's been in my stash, been waiting for me to use it on just the perfect layout. Apparently this was the perfect one. You know, do you guys do that? I have this massive amount of papers, just scrap papers, and I cannot get rid of them because they're my favorite. And I just have a little bit, and they're going to go on the perfect layout, and then they sit in there, and then I see it again. You know, every time I see it, oh, I need to use it because I love that paper. That's part of how that ampersand is sitting on my desk still. So I found these Freckled Fawn metal tags. They reminded me of like bookmarks, like a metal bookmark or something. So I had to use them, and they're really cute. They're perfect. And then I'm going to add just a few of these puffy stickers from Millie and June. That's Fancy Pants Designs. They're really, really fun colors that kind of match the colors that I have going on. And these Cork hearts are just so much fun. So I'm going to add a few of these just around. And I just kept this really nice and simple. I really did. I think that's what I needed. I think I just needed something simple, something a little different. And by changing up the size, it just really made it fun. And so I can put these in my album. They'll look really fun next to each other, but you know, the journaling is on one side. So if for, like I said, heaven forbid, they end up not together, then someone can read and know that I read over the summer. But then you could also see what I read this summer too. So, and I did put the date on both sides. I put it on the tags and then just at the bottom there. I really like the way that it looks. So it turned out super cute. If you guys want to read all about it and see some really good, all these close-ups, you can head over to my blog and you can look at all the other stuff the ladies on the design team made this month. And I will see you guys later. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe this Labor Day weekend if you live in the United States, but I hope you guys have fun, and I hope you guys have a little time to craft and just enjoy yourself. I will see you guys later and have a great weekend. Bye.